How the Reynoldsburg School District Got Its Shape. Part 2, 1920 to 1928, Rupture, Reboot, and Rebuild. As a reminder, here's what the boundaries of the Reynoldsburg City School District look like today in August 2025. Where we left things in Part 1, the Reynoldsburg Village Schools had just rejoined Truro Township Schools. In the decade before the merger, each of the school districts had expanded into neighboring townships, Truro into Mifflin and Madison townships, Reynoldsburg into Etna Township. So the merger of the Reynoldsburg and Truro Township school districts united pieces of 4 townships into one school district. 1920. Rupture. As it happens, the reunification of the 2 school districts happened just in time for Reynoldsburg residents to vote on a bond issue for Truro schools. In November 1920, the issue appeared on the ballot, and it passed by 8 votes. There was a problem, though. It seems the Truro School Board had forgotten about that piece of Etna Township that had been annexed to the Reynoldsburg Village School District. Nobody told the Licking County Board of Elections about it, so the issue didn't appear on the ballot there. It passed, but the disenfranchisement of 9 voters in Licking County resulted in the invalidation of the election the following May. So this is from the Columbus Dispatch of May 1st, 1921. Election Board slip-up knocks out bond issue. Failure of Licking County officials to place proposal on ballot to accommodate 9 voters results in annulment of project which carried in Franklin County. Failure of the school board of Truro Township to give the Licking County Board of Elections notice of the fact that a bond issue of $15,000 for school purposes was to be submitted to the voters of the Truro Township School District has completely annulled the favorable result of the last November election upon that subject, according to the opinion of Assistant Prosecutor William E. Benoit, handed down Saturday. It so happens that in the Truro Township School District, there is a little stretch of Licking County territory. Under the law, the 9 people residing in that strip had a right to vote in Licking County upon the subject of the bond issue. The Licking County Elections Board, however, knew nothing about the bond issue election and did not put it on its ballots. 4 of these 9 people went over to Reynoldsburg in Franklin County and voted as they had no right to do, according to the assistant prosecutor. The bond issue carried Truro Township by 8 votes, and while the votes not cast from Licking County could not have affected the result, the assistant prosecutor holds that they had a right to vote, and the failure of officials to permit that right invalidates the election. The following year saw the second breakup of the Truro Township School District. Although it kept the territory it had gained in Mifflin Township, the Mifflin Township School District gained a piece of Truro Township. It's the place where James Road and Stelzer Road diverge south of the airport and is now home to Columbus City School District's Afrocentric School. Truro Township School District territory in Madison Township reverted to the Madison Township School District, taking most of the southeast portion of Truro Township School District with it. And the Reynoldsburg School District broke away once again. 1921, Reboot. 3 months after the Truro Township School District bond issue was thrown out, the Reynoldsburg Village School District rebooted itself. 21 months earlier, on November 25th, 1919, the school board had recorded the minutes of its final meeting on page 243 of their ledger. On August 8th, 1921, a newly appointed Reynoldsburg Board of Education turned to page 244 to record the minutes of their organizational meeting. J.C. Ashton, F.J. Smith, C.G. Smith, Lou W. Tusing, and W.E. Weeks were sworn in as members of the newly created Reynoldsburg Village School District. And these are the minutes from the August 8th, 1921 meeting. Reynoldsburg, Ohio, August 8th, 1921. The following electors of the Reynoldsburg Village School District met pursuant to an adjournment on the above date, i.e. November 25th, 1919. J.C. Ashton, F.J. Smith, C.G. Smith, Lou W. Tusing, and W.E. Weeks being appointed by the Board of Education of Franklin County, Ohio, as members of the newly created Reynoldsburg Village School District. The above appointed members were qualified as to oath of office by Justice of Peace David E. Evans. The map below shows the 1922 boundaries of a much reduced Truro Township School District and the resurrected Reynoldsburg Village School District with the same boundaries it had had before 1920. 1922 through 1928. Rebuild. As early as 1876, according to Cornelia Parkinson's History of Reynoldsburg and Truro Township, there had been talk of Reynoldsburg schools annexing areas from their northern neighbor, Jefferson Township schools. Parkinson writes that newly elected school board member Josiah R. Lunn was assigned to talk to the Jefferson Township Board of Education in regard to creating a separate subdistrict of parts of Truro and Jefferson Townships and Reynoldsburg School District, page 96. That never happened, but 45 years later, board member Clausen G. Smith was sent on a similar mission. Of the 5 members of the reconstituted Reynoldsburg School Board in 1921, only Smith had been on the earlier board, and the new board president, William E. Weeks, appointed him to a special committee to meet with the Franklin County Board of Education to discuss additional territory. If Smith had any more success than Lunn, it took a few years to show. The surviving minutes don't say anything more about Smith's efforts, but what's indisputable is that in 1928, the Reynoldsburg School District annexed more than 230 acres from the Jefferson Township School District. This appears in the map below as the handful of tracts hanging onto the northern edge of the Reynoldsburg School District. They appear as 3 larger and 3 smaller tracts in this map, but in 1928, they were just 3 big tracts. The narrower tract to the west was about 50 acres, belonging to one M. Thrailkill, and is now the site of the Asbury Park neighborhood. The smaller tract at its southeast corner, at the southern corner of the intersection of Wagoner Road and Astra Circle, so right here, is 405 Wagoner Road. Fun fact, this was the home of future Reynoldsburg School Board member and elementary school namesake, Herbert H. Mills. So there's a picture from the Franklin County Auditor. The wider northernmost tract consisted of about 90 acres of farmland along Wagoner Road belonging to Mr. George Schmidt. It remains farmland to this day because in 2006, its owner, Helen Trotter, donated it to Ohio's Farmland Preservation Program. So that's this area here. And then here's a picture from the Franklin County Auditor. And the remaining 80-some acres sitting between those other 2 tracts, they belong to none other than former Reynoldsburg School Board member Josiah R. Lunn, or more accurately, his heirs, as Lunn himself had died in 1923 at the age of 92. Today, this area is home to the Macedonian Orthodox Church and Reynoldsburg School's Wagoner campus, containing Wagoner Road Junior High and Wagoner Road Elementary School. If you scroll back and compare the 1928 map to the present-day map of the school district, you may notice that this area is not in the Reynoldsburg School District now, even though it's the geographic location of 2 of its school buildings. We'll come back to this in the 1990s. So let's go ahead and scroll back. And yeah, so here are the Trotter Farms, and then This is Josiah Lund's territory. This part here is the Macedonian Church. And then this area here with these winding road leads back to the two Wagoner Road buildings. Finally, we'll mention one more area that switched school districts during this time, but not to Reynoldsburg schools. Frederick W. Graham owned about 67 acres at the southwest corner of East Broad Street and Wagoner Road, across the street from the present-day Trotter Farm. These days, the part that fronts Broad Street is occupied by a United Dairy Farmers convenience store and filling station. In September of 1924, all 67 acres were transferred from the Jefferson Township School District to the Licking County School District. Boundary check, 1928. The village of Reynoldsburg, meanwhile, had the same borders as it had had since 1882, as you can see in the map below. Though the Reynoldsburg School District had grown by more than 200 acres, the Truro Township School District had lost more than half its territory to Madison Township School District and to the revived Reynoldsburg School District. It was about to lose more. That's next in How the Reynoldsburg School District Got Its Shape, Part 3. Thanks for watching.